Today, I'm going to challenge myself to see if I can guess which shocking foods really should stay out of the fridge. When it comes to food storage, most of us think we're doing the right thing by popping everything into the fridge to keep it fresh. But the truth is, some foods are actually better off outside of the fridge, and storing them in there can actually harm their taste, quality, and even their nutritional value. I'm willing to bet that most of us have been guilty of storing certain foods in the fridge out of habit or because we think it's the safe thing to do. But the reality is, many of us are unknowingly ruining our food by keeping it in the fridge. From spoiled veggies to bland meats, improper storage can lead to a whole host of issues that can be easily avoided. Take bananas, for example. We've all been taught to store them in the fridge to keep them fresh. But did you know that refrigerating bananas can actually cause them to turn brown faster? It's because the cold temperature breaks down the starches in the fruit, leading to an unappealing color and texture. And it's not just bananas. There are plenty of other foods that we commonly store in the fridge that are actually better off outside of it. So, let's take a closer look at some of the most common misconceptions about food storage and explore the surprising truth behind them. When it comes to storing food, it's not just about keeping things fresh. It's also about preserving their natural flavors and textures. Take potatoes, for example. Most of us store them in the fridge to keep them from sprouting, but the cold temperature can actually convert their starches into sugars, making them sweet and unpalatable. Instead, potatoes should be stored in a cool, dark place with good ventilation to keep them fresh and flavorful. Onions are another food that's commonly stored in the fridge, but they're actually better off in a dry, well-ventilated area. The humidity in the fridge can cause them to become soggy and develop off flavors, which can be a real bummer if you're trying to cook up a flavorful meal. One of the most surprising foods that should stay out of the fridge is actually coffee. That's right. Coffee beans and grounds should be stored in an airtight container in a cool, dark place to preserve their flavor and aroma. The fridge can actually cause the coffee to absorb moisture and odors from other foods, leading to a less than ideal cup of joe. But the most shocking food that people don't realize should stay out of the fridge is actually honey. Yep, honey is one of the few foods that's actually self-preserving, meaning it doesn't need to be refrigerated to stay fresh. In fact, refrigerating honey can actually cause it to granulate and lose its smooth texture. So there you have it, some of the most surprising foods that should stay out of the fridge. By storing these foods properly, you can preserve their natural flavors, textures, and nutritional values and enjoy a more flavorful and healthy diet. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to share your own food storage tips in the comments below. And if you want to learn more surprising food facts, be sure to check out my video on the weirdest food combos that actually work.